views and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the program host and do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by TCNTV Network Incorporated. Due to the social nature of this broadcasting channel, videos may contain content copyrighted by another entity or person. The TCNTV Network claims no rights to the said content. TCNTV Network cannot be held accountable for the copyrighted content. TCNTV Network is a messenger and sharer of information and strives to verify but cannot warrant the accuracy of copyrights or completeness of the information on this program.
I am known as the father of Black History Month. I lived through the Reconstruction era to segregation. I am a historian, journalist, and author of The Miseducation of the Negro. I believe to handicap a student by teaching him that his black face is a curse and that his struggle to change his condition is hopeless is the worst sort of lynching. If a race has no history, if it has no worthwhile tradition, it stands in danger of being exterminated. I am ready to act if I can find brave men to help me. I am Carter G. Woodson, and I am your Black History.
Greetings upon greetings upon greetings. Are you finished doing your dance?
I'm happy today.
Why?
Number one, I'm black.
It's always a beautiful day to be African.
I'm telling you.
Yes.
You had to say that, didn't you? Welcome, everybody, to Here to Help You. It's a good day today.
Yes.
It's Tuesday.
Yes, it is.
For those who are still with us, we're glad you're here.
Could be anywhere in the world.
For those who are not, we miss you.
You'll be back soon.
No, we're talking about people who passed.
Passed?
Yeah, did you get to watch the Kobe Bryant thing yesterday?
No.
I saw bits and pieces of it. I couldn't have watched it. That was really sad.
I didn't want to watch it.
I know. It's really sad.
Yeah, I'll remember Kobe for what he was.
Who he was, yeah. It's so sad.
That's enough for me.
But when watching that, I went into this way of thinking when we were planning the show. Because each week, you guys have no idea sometimes how difficult it is to plan a show. Because we have to find ways to captivate you guys and to get you guys interested in what we're saying. It's the end of Black History Month, almost. But, today we're going to talk about a few things. We're going to actually recap the entire month. We're going to talk about the fact that this doesn't have to end here. At the very end, we're going to talk and give ways. Because sometimes it's good to say Black History Month shouldn't just be 1 month. It's one thing to say it, it's one thing to actually do it. So we're actually going to provide ways in which you can continue your African Year celebration.
Yeah, man. Forward the thing.
All right. So let's do our recap. We have some interesting stories. I'm going to start with something probably aimed at more girls, for little girls at heart. So Barbie, if anyone can remember Barbie, just in time for Black History Month, so her name is Shiona Turini. She is a celebrity stylist and costume designer for Queen and Slim. Selena, where are my Barbie pictures?
The first one is her.
Yes. Oh. So what?
I was waiting.
Guy.
She's waiting for her cue.
Teeth.
Yeah, man.
I said her name. That was the cue. Okay. The designer for Queen and Slim. And she's behind the launch of the Instagram account Barbie Style, which revealed a new digital fashion campaign featuring diverse Barbie dolls, which I think is so exciting. So let's talk about her a little bit, then we can move on. So she's a consultant, stylist, and costume designer. In her decade-long career, Shiona has solidified herself as one of the industry's leading expert, both behind and in front of the camera. So she can be known for some of her collaborations with Solange Knowles. So you know those videos, Don't Touch My Hair,
Okay.
Planes in the Sky, that's her.
Okay.
Okay, she helped with the visuals for that. Also in Beyonce's Formation.
Ah.
So very stylish woman, as you can tell. Those videos were all
Yeah,
color and like
very creative.
Very, very creative videos.
Absolutely.
So she also served as a contributing editor for New York's magazine, The Cut, while consulting for style brands like Bermuda Tourism Authority,
All right.
Stuart Weitzman, Christian Dior, and Elle.com. So this girl is doing something. So some of her other clients have been Nike, Oscar de la Renta, Christian Dior, and of course, like I said before, New York Times. And she's also the wardrobe designer for one of my favorite shows, Insecure.
Oh, you're that show.
It's not an idiot show. It's a thank you. Dave just didn't get it. I got it because it's a woman's show.
I got it. I sat through all seasons to get it.
I made him sit through all seasons.
I did.
And
I
he
did
watched
watch
it with me.
Yeah, I did. I
So,
did.
2020, guys, if you guys don't know, marks Barbie's 40th year since the original Black Barbie, which
Really?
debuted,
40 years.
in 1980. The
Okay.
very first Black Barbie debuted in 1980, and to mark the milestone, Mattel, the toy company behind Barbie, has released a new 40th anniversary first Black Barbie doll. So Barbie's signature 40th anniversary first Black Barbie doll is approximately 12 inches. She's wearing a red gown, so they made her all fabulous with accessories. You have the doll stand.
That's it
That's
right
the
there?
original. That's the original.
All right.
Okay. So this original actually was made by, so people may not know this, her name is Kitty Black Perkins. So she made the very first black fashion doll for Barbie. Do we have Kitty Perkins' picture there? There she is.
All
Watch
right.
hairstyle. Watch the Jerry curl.
Yeah, man. Let the soul glow.
Love it, girl. Big up
What are
yourself.
you
for-
made, Miss
for-
Black?
No, for empowering us. She saw that there was a need for us, so she's like, I'm going to make a doll. So to celebrate her Ruby anniversary, this first Black Barbie doll, first of all, let's talk about how much she costs. $87.
Now.
$87
Now,
for the
right?
re-released one.
Yeah, because it's a collector's item.
Okay.
Of course.
Her hair is styled and sophisticated updo, a subtle nod to her original look. She has gold hoop earrings, and obviously you get a certificate of authenticity to say that you have an original. So you can actually find a lot of these, because what she's done is she's given a lot of the new Barbie dolls, the new collection, a very diverse look. So she's not just doing these little thin girls with little waists anymore. Now we have thicker Barbies.
So you're saying there's a plethora.
Diversified, yes.
Okay.
She's diversified. She's found a way to make to basically represent all women
That's
of color. That's one of them.
That's one of them right
That's
now.
one of them. Isn't that cool?
That looks
But
nice.
the afro, there's some that have braids. I think there's a picture there that has all of them that have like the braids. They have the dreads. They have, there it is. They have an albino Barbie now.
There's an albino Barbie.
Yes. Light skin, dark skin, caramel. Like, they went off. I'm so happy. I think I'm going to go buy one. I'm going to go buy a Barbie to represent moi, because I really, really want one. So,
Do they bend at the joints?
and these, okay, so I was talking about this. These, at least, the Barbies. Remember when my parents used to take us to the flea market and get those dege Barbies? That it doesn't bend at the knee. And when you try to bend it, the whole leg pop off. And you have to try to, like, fit the leg back in, but you kind of learned how to pop the joint back in. That's not these. These are the ones that have the bendy knee. So you can bend it and pose her in positions like this. It's so exciting.
All right.
So I'm very proud about that. I think it's cool. I'm going to go buy a Barbie doll. And it's just something, again, it's history. We now have Barbies of all sizes, shapes, and it's great for our younger women. And we have ones that go back and they represent some of our history. Rosa Parks, Barbie doll, like that's cool. I think it's a really good thing that they did.
Yeah, definitely inspiring. I mean,
That's the new one. Isn't she hot?
oh wow,
Isn't she beautiful?
that's something.
Yeah, watch the big fro. I just love the fact that she's all woman. She's wearing kind of an African-inspired type dress, sort of. It's very North American, but it has like the chain gives it that flair. Anyhow, I love it. Really, really appreciate it. I know, Dave, that you had one to do.
I had one to do what?
But it's okay because we have lots of time. You can do 2 of your news, your updates and recaps when we come back.
Oh,
We'll see you guys soon on Barbie time.
At Benjamin Law, we understand the real cost of personal injuries. As the victim of an accident, you may be the one who's physically hurt, but your main concern is that your family are the ones who will pay the price. Benjamin Law will be there for you, helping, supporting, and working tirelessly to resolve your personal injury case. Call 1-855-899-4878 or visit benjaminlaw.ca and let our family of lawyers help your family.
I'm your host, Erica Lita, and this is What Matters on TCN Network. What I do every week is I cover what matters to our audience.
brothers and sisters in the struggle for human dignity and freedom. I am here to represent the struggle that has gone on for 300 or more years, a struggle to be recognized as citizens in a country in which we were born.
Such a force, huh? Such a force.
That, like, we went to an event this weekend, not too long, but we need more elders. I'm just going to throw that out there right now, real quick. We need to be turning to our elders so much more.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, it's so imperative that we have the elders being part of our discussions because they know. And what they don't know, we can fill in the blanks because that's what we're here for.
Yeah,
right?
Of course.
All right, your story. Give us a recap.
All right, so everybody who knows me, I am a huge boxing fan, right? And of course, this past weekend we had come on, stop it, all right, stop it. So this past weekend, Simone and I had a chance to go to watch the Deontay Wilder versus the Tyson Fury heavyweight championship fight, right? So now, what really struck me this weekend, right, is the fact that on the way to the ring, of course, before they fought, it really reminded me of a one of those wrestling matches where they come out like in elaborate costumes right before they enter the ring. I want you to run through some of the pictures. Tyson Fury, of course, as we know, right? He was carried in.
I love that.
He exerted no energy whatsoever.
Right?
He was carried in on a throne towards the ring.
I love it.
Beautiful, right? And you see, of course, the Amazon woman there, right?
Love this.
Absolutely. Now, this brother, although it looked wicked, I'm not going to lie, the costume looked very wicked. But go ahead and show the next picture, please, of this brother, Deontay Wilder. Amazing. Like, honestly, the artistry, amazing. Amazing artistry.
Now that I look at it.
When you look at it, right? Amazing artistry. Now, right? The eyes lit up, right? The shoulders lit up as well. The skulls on the side, right? Amazing. Absolutely amazing. So here's the problem that I have with this, right? And of course, you know, because we are recapping, right? This man who, out of 42 fights, he knocked out 41 opponents, right? He successfully defended this belt for about 10 times. This suit that he wore. So anybody who went ahead and actually watched the fight, I noticed that there was something off about this young man who fought. And I was saying that from the beginning of the fight.
He's not right.
He's not right. He looks tired, right? He looks very tired, right? And I personally thought that he was tired because, of course, the extra weight that he put on, right? Going to the fight, he was 230, about 230 pounds.
How much weight did he gain?
About 20 pounds, because he fights about 210, 215, right?
That's a lot for someone who's not used to that weight.
A lot. But no, this young man, after getting beaten in the 7th round by Tyson Fury, right? had the audacity to say that the suit was way too heavy, that he was gassed out. He had no legs at the beginning of the fight, and this, of course, led to him losing.
You are such an embarrassment.
Oh man! So details. I had a,
You have so many details.
I went around,
Okay.
I dug around and found very small details. So come to find out that the suit weighed 40 to 45 pounds.
Why? Why would you do that?
40 to 45 pounds.
On top of the 20
On top
pounds.
of the 20 pounds that he weighed.
And he walked.
And it was a very slow walk. Mind you, the intro, I'm not going to lie. It
Was
it was
gangster.
one of the better
What?
intros that I've seen.
Yes.
Right? The young, the MCU came out. You did, of
Crazy.
course, the rap. Right? The picture, of course, of some of our elders, our leaders.
I loved it.
Our ancestors. Beautiful in
We were
regards to,
so
of course, the
proud.
leading up, of course, to a Black History moment.
Yes.
Right? But this young man, not only did he fail in the ring, but the interview that he gave afterwards with Yahoo Sports telling them he had no legs whatsoever because he put out an extra 40 to 45 pounds because of the suit. Amazing. Amazing. And the only reason why I say that is this, right? How many times, as Boondock say, are we going to have a nigger moment?
He had it.
What would he have said if he had won?
It's true. It's so true.
Right? There's one thing that I know, right? And I know boxing, right? And I know I picked him to lose this fight.
You did. Dave called. Dave's like, he's losing this.
He's going to lose this. The only way he wins this fight if he knocks this man out. And I knew that was not going to happen. Mind you, of course, to those who study boxing understand that, listen, if you're a puncher, right, it's different from you're fighting a boxer. A boxer will break you down.
Fury's a boxer.
Fury's a boxer, right? But that's not the only thing. Now, of course, he said, you know what, his corner threw in the towel, so that's why they stopped the fight. He got angry at his
pissed,
trainer.
yeah.
I'd rather die in the ring, right, than actually have somebody go ahead and throw in the towel, which makes no sense. You and your fight people are going to do what afterwards after you're dead, right? Again, right? But anyways, now, to top it all off, right, there's a rumor out there stating that he's going to actually part with his trainer, his longtime trainer.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Because he threw in the
Because he
towel?
threw in the
Because he tried to
towel.
save his life?
Exactly.
Because wasn't the whole his eardrum bust open and his jawbone was like so?
Yes,
And
well,
he was
my
walking
jawbone.
around the ring, dropping. This man couldn't even stand because he had wobbly knees from his suit.
You know, like, I'm not one to go ahead and tear down our people without cause, right? And of course, especially without an effort to go ahead and build them back up, right?
Okay.
I honestly believe, the young man actually, learns from this experience, right? Comes back and actually outperforms better in the future.
He's so in his feelings right now, though. You're going to fire your coach because he tried to save your life, though, guy?
But that's the thing, right?
Ego.
Very much. Very
Your
much.
suit was too heavy. It must have damaged your brain, too.
Well, by the way, there is a rematch.
They did the rematch.
He invoked the rematch clause. So summer, they expect the next fight to be in the summer.
So he
of
can't
this
wear
year.
so much.
So who knows what's going to happen next time? Maybe
Maybe your outfit's lighter.
Maybe he wears a lighter outfit. Maybe he doesn't call it $40,000 for that outfit. 40 grand.
And it made you lose. So you lost money and a fight.
And a fight. But he went down in history, family.
He did. It's part of history
He
now.
went down about in history.
Him embarrassed us, but it is all right.
And the
he-
real, like I said, he was just simply outclassed. I don't care
Yeah,
if he did
yeah.
have his legs or not. I think the same outcome would have taken place. It probably just had happened a little bit later in the fight.
Yeah, agreed.
Right? But that's just me.
Agreed.
I did look at, of course, some of the comments online. By means, just hashtag Deontay Wilder on Twitter. You can see a bunch of comments that are on there. I'm not going to go ahead and repeat them. I just hope, like I said, I hope he learns from the experience. I hope he definitely comes back and bounces back. And of course, evokes that warrior status that we all know him to be.
Stop wearing stripper costumes into the ring. Evoke that, okay? Idiot. So stupid. Okay, do we have time to do, what did you have? Do you want to do another one like and do color purple and the other one in the next one? We have,
Actually, let me take this segment. So,
Go on.
picture number 7, Asayel Slay. Now, this young lady here, she's an MC from Saudi Arabia. Actually, she's Eritrean born and her parents migrated to Saudi Arabia. Now, she's recently written a song called Bint Mecca or Mecca Girl, right?
Okay.
And in this song, right, she's pretty much like bigging up women.
okay.
Don't upset her, she will hurt you. Don't drop the beat, America girl, you can't compete. Just running the show, look at her glow. Is it her mood? You'll never know. So some of these lyrics, of course, they're very empowering and very uplifting.
Yes.
Mind you, she raps half in English, of course, half in, of course, in Arabic, right?
Okay.
However, though, Saudi Arabia has a few things to go ahead and learn, especially within in this day and age, right? Let me go ahead and actually get the official names. So Prince Khalid bin Faisal of Mecca has ordered the arrest of those responsible for the Bint Mecca rap song, right? Which offends the customs and traditions of the people of Mecca and contradicts the identity and traditions of its esteemed population. Right? Now, of course, I got a few things to say. Now, mind you, Saudi Arabia, they've just allowed women to drive.
What?
Yes, absolutely. This is recent, Mark. Women at one point in time were not allowed to drive a car in Saudi
I couldn't
Arabia.
live there.
Right? However, you see, another thing that's very contradictory is that from time to time, they'll go ahead and invite international artists to come into their country. Right? At one point in time, there was an invitation for Nicki Minaj. Mind you, she turned it down, but Nicki Minaj.
They were going to bring Nicki Minaj in and they're going to arrest Homegirl?
Yes.
And they were going to bring Nicki Minaj in and they were going to arrest her?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Well, that's the whole thing. Now, a lot of people are online, they're crying, saying that, they're saying this because, of course, she is of African parentage. Right? Because if you look at it, of course, she is a few days darker than...
She's a black girl.
There you go. Right?
Come on. Big up yourself.
Some of the stuff on there we just, of course, once again, online was just ridiculous, especially through Twitter. Enough of this depravity. One user said, referring to the video, I hope the punishment for this African woman will be imprisonment and then deporting her back to her country. Right? Which is like, it's evil. Right? But then again, this is highlighting, of course, some of the attitudes which are still present within Saudi Arabia.
Oh, wow.
Right. We do have the song. Mind you, of course, we are ending the segment now.
Play a little bit of it.
Play it. Yeah, let's go ahead and play it or go ahead and end out the segment. Right?
We'll see you guys soon. Yeah, girl.
أنا بنت مكة أصيلة وعشانها تشقى إيه في وقت الشدة ما
Really?
Yeah,
That's what they're getting upset about?
mind you,
But they're bringing in Nicki Minaj?
well, there was an invitation.
For what? She's half naked all the time.
Well, right.
This she's covered up completely. She's just talking about women. Oh, it's because she's talking about women empowerment in Saudi Arabia.
See? Contradictory, right? Remember the language, right? It's contradictory to its esteemed population.
No con. All right.
Right?
So I'll say bona fide on people, but I can't say that because I'm not allowed to. But bona fide upon you, people in Saudi Arabia. Go ahead. Cool thing. The color purple. Do you remember the color purple?
Yeah, I remember
So
Color Purple.
This is history. So guys, in honor of the 35th year anniversary, they've re-released the film.
It's been 35 years already.
35, guy. I can't remember. They re-released The Color Purple. So
Wow.
in 1985, this was actually Oprah's first appearance on big screen,
Yes.
and it was adapted from the Alice Walker's 1982 Pulitzer Prize-winning novel, The Color Purple. So Fathom Events, in conjunction with Turner Classic Movies, showed The Color Purple on Sunday, February 23rd, at 1 o'clock p.m. for the first one, and they showed it again at 5.
Good.
It starred, I have a picture of all the stars, how they look now. So Danny Glover, Whoopi Goldberg, Margaret Avery, Willard E. Pug, Akosa Busia, Ray Dong Chung, Leonard Jackson, and Dana Ivey. So that's
Look at them now. Huh?
right. They all still look really, really good.
Yeah,
So
man.
not only was the film adaptation of Alice Walker's influential novel a box office hit when it came out 35 years ago, it was also a critical success. So the late Pulitzer Prize winning film critic Roger Ebert, remember Ebert?
Yes.
So he said this is one of the few movies in a long time that inspires tears of happiness and earns them the best film of the year at that time.
At the time.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it also inspired a Broadway musical.
Yes, I remember
And
that.
although some time has clearly passed since its release, the emotional story of Seely, which was Whoopi Goldberg and Sophia, Oprah, faced oppression as black women in the South, and it carries many life lessons that can still resonate. So this is something that I would definitely suggest some of our young women watch. I think this was, I'll never forget that when she hold out her fingers like so and says, "Everything you've done to me." That's a famous, Whoopi Goldberg. That
Wow.
movie was gangster, guy. I love
Wow.
that movie. But there's a lot in
Amazing.
there. There's
Amazing.
a lot of things that are still happening in society that don't really get talked about. There's child molestation.
Yes.
Okay, and that there's gender identity crisis. There's lesbianism sometimes. I think there was lesbianism in there, yes?
Whoopi and
Suge. Because Suge gave her, remember Suge, the singer?
yes.
Suge loved her,
Right.
right? And that was the only affection she'd ever gotten from anybody
There you go.
because her man used to beat her. So it's a fantastic movie. Anyhow, it's been released. If you haven't seen it, definitely try to get your hands on it. It's a great movie. It's about 2.5 hours long, but definitely well worth the watch.
For sure.
So
For sure.
big Black History moment.
Of course.
'Kay.
Definitely.
So apparently, Martin Luther King Jr. Ponders meaning of love in a newly discovered note. So this extremely rare note, and I have some issues with this whole story, but we're going to talk about it first. So a memorabilia company called Moments in Time has put a unique piece of history up for sale. Okay? This is a note expounding on the meaning of love, and it was supposed to be handwritten by the late Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. So the note, which is being sold, and listen to this, Dave, for $42,000, okay, was supposed to be written in the civil rights time. And what does it? It says, "Love is the greatest force in the universe. It is the heartbeat of the moral cosmos. He who loves is a participant in the being of God." So, Moments in Time CEO Gary Zimet told CNN just how unusual it is to find handwritten comments or notes from the king. So it's extremely rare. You can't find it anywhere, and it's very rare to find something actually handwritten by him. This note encapsulates the philosophy of King's life, and that's why it's so important. It's so important that you decide you want to sell it for $42,000. I have a problem with that, Dave. A huge problem. For me, I'm looking at it again as someone capitalizing off of our history.
Absolutely.
$42,000, you're going to take this note, if it's real, and sell it for and talk about how it encapsulates a philosophy of King's life. Like the stuff going on with Kobe right now. How people are basically making money off of his life and death. Isn't that nuts?
That normally happens.
But that's bullshit, guy.
Yeah.
So they've taken a big part of our history, and now it's up for sale.
My thing is that there's still descendants of the King family, which are still around.
Why wasn't it not offered to them or given to them? Who told
Right.
you had a right to sell this?
right?
Who said this was okay?
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's
Crazy.
it's a thin line. You know, it's definitely a thin line. You know, however, though, you know what? If it is truly authentic, it is amazing to go to see something like this, which is still around.
Yes,
Right.
but why are you selling it? Like you said, why are we not giving this back to his family?
Mm-hmm.
You want to take it upon yourself to go sell it. Gary, bun you. That's what I say to you, bun you. And anyone who buys it, bun them too, unless you buy it to give it back to his family. This is not even yours to sell.
All right.
How is this yours to sell? Because you found it? It's not even your words. This is the biggest piece of plagiarism. How are you selling someone else's words? and like putting it out there. This is what our world has come to.
Yeah.
Anyhow.
I guess so, right?
Like I said in our title, embarrassing moments, Wilder, moments like this, but then some really, and moments like what you're telling me about the story about this young lady.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Let's end this segment with a little bit more from her video. And when we come back, we'll talk, we'll do one more recap.
We have another recap.
Yeah, you had books.
Oh, you want me to go through the books?
Not all of them. And then we're going to talk about, it's kind of going to tie in because we're going to talk about how we can extend African liberation
You know,
here.
okay,
What?
you know what? It's okay, because I know the order's kind of like out of whack.
What happened? Did you have something?
It's okay.
No,
We'll
do
go to
you have
break.
something?
It's okay, we'll go to break.
No, do you have something?
Stop it.
David,
we'll see you after the break,
what,
family.
if you have,
Go ahead. It's okay. We'll see you after the break.
لا تصقع وترجع زبيضة زي اللمبة تلمع سمراء جمالها يلسع خليني النبذة أعطيك المكوية عنهم تغنيك لا تجرحها والله تأذيك واكتشف فكك من التليك قلب أبيض زي الجبنة كلامها عسل ولبنة بيها حتكمل السنة معها حياتك حتقلب جنة والله حزينة يا حسرة اللي مو مخاوينة هنا الأصل اسمع حكاوينة ومن الحسد الله يحمينا يا والنعم في باقي البنات بس بنت مكة سكر نبات حب العطاء ما تقول لك هات تسمع الهرج والله مكسات هادي ودي وديك وداك ومن الحب ما أشقاك صدقني هي مبتغاك حتدور
Are you retiring smart? Make your home's equity work for you. With your home's equity and our 30 years of experience, the Retire Smart Properties team can help you achieve the quality of life you've always wanted. Our services are 360 degrees. We'll give you advice, take care of staging and selling, and help you find the perfect home and community to transition to. It's time to enjoy the retirement lifestyle you deserve. Visit our website today to learn how you can use your home to retire comfortably. The Retire Smart Properties team, powered by RE/MAX West.
How is it possible to imagine a new society, a society which no longer needs to rely on prisons if we don't also have food that will nourish our bodies and our souls. So I think that what's most important now is to emphasize to use a feminist term, the intersectionality of struggles, so that people no longer have to feel obligated to make one choice, so that they can follow their passions in whatever social justice movements. But most important of all, I think, is comprehending the ways in which they are all interconnected.
that woman right there.
Yeah, beautiful.
I found these. Thank you to the creator of these Black History moments.
Those are
Really
excellent.
appreciate it.
Bit of funny
So the
excellent.
links to these videos are actually going to be, if you're on the YouTube page, and I'll say this now, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my TCN TV network. And definitely, we have some new shows coming up. very, very soon. So I think we're starting to broaden our topics for everybody. So definitely tune in.
Yeah.
And all the links for the videos, if you ever are interested in seeing them, are actually in the description below. So you can find them there.
There you go.
So one thing that we want to do, and I've been hearing a lot about it, is the whole idea of sometimes people don't like Black History Month because they're like, why are we just keeping it to 1 month? Agreed. But you don't have to. Just because this is just, I would say, the celebrated version of our history. They really found a way to push everything they can in one, but we can stretch this. So how do we keep this momentum going after the month is done? This is our last week of Black History Month. One thing that we can definitely do is keep learning. The best way to extend the spirit of Black History Month is to continue by doing your reading and your research. There's no rule that says you can only keep it in a month. Okay, like we don't need to put up these boundaries. Extend that. And Dave actually has a couple books. He's like, oh, you can't really learn. They're just books. But if you read something, you're gonna learn from it.
Listen,
so
These
are some of the books. I threw up some kid ones because we're here to help you. So remember, we work with a lot of students and young people. But what are some book titles that you have, Dave, that people might be interested in to kind of like continue their Black history education?
Oh, wow. That's pretty good.
Thank you. That's all too.
So I had a few titles of a couple books that were released for this month. The first, Solitary, by Albert Woodfox. In fact, he was part of the Angola 3. He was a gentleman, actually. He was locked up in solitary confinement for over 40 years.
Wow.
Yes, him and 2 other Panthers. They were accused of murder of was it a bank teller, I believe? Don't quote me on that.
40 years
40 years.
Solitary?
Yes, so this is his actual autobiography, his time.
Is he mud?
No, he's actually, the brothers that he managed on the Black Panthers, right, actually helped him keep his sanity.
How?
Well,
if he was in solitary?
Listen, we gotta go read the book.
Okay.
Right?
That's crazy.
Yeah, you know, the story, it's an amazing story for those out there who have yet to go ahead and actually read, come upon it. But by means, for those who want to go ahead and actually purchase the book, it just was released, I think, last week, right? Another one is the great Walter Mosley. He does true crime fiction, right? Yes, he's been an author for a very, very long time. I think this is his 50th book, I believe.
All right.
Right.
Go
so
ahead, brother.
by means, this is definitely something. It's a milestone. We can get up to those numbers, right? But yeah, Walter Mosley definitely, who put out a book. In fact, this is just released today.
Okay.
Right.
So definitely history.
Yeah. Right.
Good job.
And last is Frankie Sparks and the Lucky Charm by Megan Fraser Blackmore. This is actually book 4 in a series. It's actually STEM inspired, right? So those of us parents are out there who are looking for something a little bit new, right? You want to go ahead and introduce your children to something like this. By means, go ahead.
Hey, I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so learning. There's always ways, and I'm sure if you guys are looking for books and you go online, you'll find something to suit your fancy. Like, everyone has their thing. There's something that you can learn from our history. Believe me, if it's been done, we've done it. So find out where it's been done. So another way that we can continue the momentum with African Liberation Year is to develop self. So
yes,
it's the best ways to honor the spirit of Black History Month is by strengthening your allyship with yourself first and then with your community.
Absolutely.
Okay, so you use this month and the rest of the year to seek out resources that allow you to be the best ally that you can be. Okay? And finally, third, pay it forward. So, people of color, particularly us, Africans living in a diaspora, often lack the access to professional resources that white Americans typically have. You can use your own network and privilege to continue the benefits of African Liberation Year. If you find yourself in a position of hiring, take a moment to evaluate the demographics of who you're bringing on board. These are all ways to help extend and to create history.
Yeah, also for those of us who feel that, who want to be accepted, that's why you're being interviewed by white media. Don't shun those of your own skin color as well. this is another way of actually paying it forward. This is another way, of course, extending that rope as well.
Dave, I appreciate you.
Read
I'm
on.
glad you said it.
Yeah, read on.
Because I wouldn't have been so nice.
It's okay. Hush. Hush.
Diversify your support. And what do I mean by that? Remember that many people have multiple marginalized identities. When thinking of ways to support the Black community, don't just think of Black men, Black women. Think about the stressors of just dealing with racism and sexism. Also, Black people who identify as LGBTQ often experience marginalization at the intersection of racism, homophobia, anti-trans sentiment, and other factors. So we cannot discriminate and just leave people out. There's people in history, in our history, who were identified as LGBTQ, who were very powerful. Is it Alec Baldwin? No. What's his name? You know who I'm talking. He was a writer.
Well, there are a few of them that were writers.
Give me a name. It's gonna come.
You mean Baldwin, right?
Do you know who I'm talking about?
I know who you're talking about. Also, a Martin Luther King speechwriter. For those who don't know.
He was gay?
Yes. He's the one that actually wrote the I Have a Dream speech.
Oh.
Yeah.
History. You see, Dave?
Yeah.
This is why I have Dave beside me. So that's what we have for you today, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this recap.
Before we do conclude,
What's up?
right? And of course, Rasta Nadi would no conclude. I want to go ahead and actually give reference to two powerful women who've just passed on to the ancestral realm.
Yes.
Right. Mama Catherine Johnson. For those who don't know, right, she was the main central figure in the movie Hidden Figures.
Hidden Figures, that's right.
Right. She's considered to be the human computer.
That's
right.
right.
And the sole reason in regards to how NASA was able to go ahead and send a spaceship out into space.
Yes.
Right.
Big up yourself.
She was 101 years old.
Wow.
Right?
Good for you.
Also, Miss Janet Dubois. You may not recognize the name, but the face definitely from Good Times.
Oh,
she was the neighbor, Winona.
Oh, she's gone.
Yes, right.
Oh, Winona.
She also played Stormy Monday in one of my favorite movies, Five on the Black Hand Side.
Yes.
This her with baby Janet.
Look at Janet.
Yeah, Janet and Janet, right?
So cute.
Yeah, she was 74 years old when she passed. They didn't give her an actual reason. However, though, the reports that I read that she actually passed in her sleep.
Oh, what a way to go.
Right, so
that's how I want to go in my sleep.
When reading upon her, right, in her story, she was so multifaceted. She actually wrote and sang the song for the Jeffersons.
I didn't know that.
See, right?
More history.
There you go, right?
Very nice, Dave.
So we definitely thank, of course, these women. By any means, of course, we're pressed for time. We can't get everybody, but definitely these women and other soldiers who fought the good fight, who have passed on. Definitely, we stand on your shoulders.
And to the person who made Wilder's suit,
we thank you as well for taking
You
this
have
40
made
grand.
African history moments. He blames you for the reason that he lost. May that go down in history.
It definitely will.
We'll see you next week.
Peace and love.
I'm here to help you. Peace and love.
Yo, this is Conscience and you're watching MyTCNTV network. Peace.